This is Mostly Grief with Matt Wilson. Chapter 7, Recovery. Though recovery didn't exactly feel like the right word. One thing about my wife, she can take pain. She never exaggerates. If she says that something hurts, it hurts. After her high-pec surgery at Mount Sinai, she was in real pain. The kind of pain that bends you. The kind of pain that keeps you awake. And in this case, the pain the staff didn't take seriously. See, they had her on an epidural, which should have been controlling the pain, but she was still in agony. That doesn't make any sense at all. I want to be clear here. I'm not here to bash nurses. Nurses have been some of the greatest humans in our lives, and so many of them took incredibly good care of Kelly throughout her journey. But this particular week, Mount Sinai was severely understaffed. See, this was the same week the COVID vaccine first rolled out, and staffing, scheduling, overloading, whatever, broke down behind the scenes. And Kelly was the one who suffered for it. So as the anesthesia wore off that first night after surgery, the pain got worse and worse and worse. And she was the one who figured it out. She told them repeatedly, something is wrong with my epidural. I'm not getting the medication. But nobody believed her. Or no one had time, or the message didn't get passed along, or somebody assumed somebody else could deal with it. Whatever it was, we'll never know exactly what happened, but we know they didn't listen. And because I wasn't allowed in to see her after surgery, I couldn't advocate for her. I couldn't argue. I couldn't do anything. I didn't know any of this was happening until the next morning when someone finally checked the epidural and said, oh yeah, you're not getting any of this medication. 16 hours. 16 hours of unmedicated post-high-pec pain. Talking about it right now really makes me mad. Pisses me off all over again. How does that happen in a world-class hospital? Was the anesthesiologist just cocky? Did someone skip a step? Did someone assume everything was fine without checking? I don't know. But my wife was essentially tortured for 16 hours. Unacceptable. After they fixed the epidural and apologized a lot, things did get slightly better, but only slightly. Her 10 days at Mount Sinai, 2 stars at best. Slow response times, delays in meds, more apologies from doctors and nurses and managers. It just wasn't good. And Kelly could not wait to get out of there. 10 days is a long time to be in a hospital room, especially when the care isn't great. So my routine was every morning, I got the kids off to school, then drove 90 minutes down to Manhattan every day. Mount Sinai is on 10th Avenue between 58th and 59th, a few blocks from Columbus Circle, a few blocks from the park. Not an easy location to get to when you live in Litchfield County, Connecticut. And every day was the same. Drive down there, hit Starbucks or the halal guy, $600 in parking over the whole stretch, sitting in her room, helping her walk the halls, watching her nap, reading, taking her for slow laps around the unit. And when it finally was time to leave the hospital, she was torn because her abdomen still hurt, but she wanted to get out of there so badly. And by discharge, December 16th, she was okay enough to go home. Not great, not comfortable, but okay. 3 days later, December 19th, our town had a little Christmas fire truck parade, and somehow Kelly stood on the side of the road with our oldest son to watch it. I remember being shocked, impressed almost that she managed that. But the truth is, she spent most of December in bed. A physical therapist came to the house to help her learn how to move again, how to sit, stand, walk, get in and out of bed, retain mobility. She still couldn't sleep on her side, and her abdomen hurt constantly. And we had follow-ups in the city, staple removal, routine checks, and she handled those okay. But after a while, something just kind of felt off. You know, we expected the recovery to be slow. I mean, it was a massive surgery after all. It had a huge incision, 10 days in the hospital, a chemo wash. We didn't think it was going to be a quick bounce back. But at some point, I don't remember the exact date, but at some point, we both started kind of wondering, is this taking too long? Is this recovery time normal? And the answer came on March 3rd, a little over 2 months after the surgery. That's when we got our answer, and that's the next episode, Chapter 8. Thanks for listening to Mostly Grief. I'll see you in Chapter 8.